What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Nerdy Mark channel. I am, of course, Sid the Nerdy Mark. It's been a while since I've made a video on here. Of course, as you can see, the beard is gone. I apparently don't know how to use a trimmer, so I said, you know what, screw it, we'll just shave it off. But anyway, as you all know, every month this year, for 1 week every single month for this year, I am doing something called the social media detox, and of course, I just got through the one for January. What I did was write down some stuff in this little journal, and now you're probably wondering a couple of things. First of all, why am I sitting in this place and recording this video? I don't know. When I do all my one take kind of videos, I like to sit here and do it. I don't know what it is about it, but you know, when I do my videos where I'm gonna like edit stuff, that's when I like to use the other room and whatnot. It's just, I don't know, it's weird. And I know I did that even for my Spider-Man review, but yes, there will be a few more videos in this room. I hope you're okay with that. If not, I am more than happy to shift back to that room. But I think stuff like Mental Health Mondays and these type of videos can be here. Second off, you're probably wondering, why did I journal my findings, or why did I journal myself this whole week? Well, it's because first of all, I've never done this before. You know, and I've seen a lot of people do it, particularly a good friend of mine on Instagram. They do it all the time. Every single month, they take a week off of social media, delete all their apps, and they go about their day. At least from my knowledge, they had never journaled it, but I thought, you know what? I mean, it's my first time doing it. I want to just talk about how I'm feeling, because you see, social media, I feel like it's like a double-edged sword. I'm sure you've heard this a lot. It is a double-edged sword. You know, one, it is definitely great. It helps us bring us closer together, makes the world a little bit smaller and whatnot. And I guess in a good way, in a bit, because, you know, like I said, communication's easier. But also, we have this tendency of getting super sucked into it, you know, looking at everybody. I think I said this on my live stream, but it's become the new version of keeping up with the Joneses. And I think it's about time that a lot of us take a break from it. And frankly, it has cut into my productivity a lot. So I wanted to maybe just take a whole week off and just delete this whole apps, all these apps. I deleted Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and Reddit, and YouTube actually. So that's why I didn't upload last week. I also deleted games from my phone. I did not have any of I had a lot of mobile games. I deleted a good amount of them. I think the only games that I play are like 2 or 3 games. At the very most, so I just keep those for right now. So I don't really have too many games on my phone now. And even then, even though I downloaded them back, one thing you can actually do on the iPhone is you can just remove them from your screen, and you know, you don't have to worry about them. So, but anyway, I want to get into this. Let me just go ahead and open up my little journal. By the way, if you choose to do this, you don't have to get a journal like mine. This one's like $9. Because it's all fancy, so I said whatever. You know, this is like the journal that I could probably leave this for like my great grandkids, and they'll find it somewhere when they're cleaning up their attic, and they'll ask their dad, which would be like my grandchild, and be like, "Oh, what was great grandpa Sid like?" And he's like, "Oh, here, he was an interesting man, you know." Hopefully. What I want to do is kind of go through like kind of all the days, how I was feeling, just all the notes and observations that I wrote down, just kind of to give you guys an idea of how I was feeling throughout the week. So starting with Monday, I definitely saw myself, you know, reaching for the phone a lot. Very antsy, like, oh my god, I need to you know, grab the phone. I need to go do something. I didn't have my apps, so you know, I immediately put it back down. You know, but then again, I definitely was able to do a lot more meditation like I've wanted to, and my mind felt a lot more peaceful that day. So the meditation that I do, it's a little different now. You know, I've been doing, you know, from another YouTube channel, I've been using, you know, some apps, but I do something that's a little bit more, I feel a little bit more deeper now. I'll link it in the description if you guys want to try that. It really goes into a deep cellular level and like kind of heals you from there. Definitely try that out if you were interested. Still was getting used to like no social media, resisting the urge, and I was resisting the urge to go online and post about something because I suddenly thought about something maybe clever. I actually meditated again that day. I meditated twice that day. And I also, as you all may or may not know, I also do some freelance copywriting, and I finished 2 blogs that day, so that was cool. On Monday, I definitely felt like a lot more restless and really had that urge to kind of fill the gap with something. You know, I was listening to The Weeknd's Dawn FM pretty much for a good majority of the week. I listened to it like multiple times. I was browsing, you know, random articles on Google as well. So that's kind of what I did on Monday. So Monday, as you can see, was just me kind of getting used to it, feeling a little very antsy, very anxious and whatnot. But by Tuesday, it did calm down a little bit for me. That was still attached to my phone and whatnot. I was able to, you know, focus a little better. I actually went to the gas station that day, and you know, because I think I had to fill gas, obviously, or I think it was I had to put air in my tires. And you know, I did go in there and, you know, grab me a candy bar. But the thing is, I actually didn't enjoy it as much as I would have. It almost felt like an obligation at that point, kind of like just something to, you know, fill that void of no social media. And I'll talk about that a little later. But I actually did read some manga. I've been wanting to read manga and comic books and stuff, and I actually did do it on Tuesday, so that was cool. I was actually really looking forward for the week to be over. I was very kind of like, very much like, oh my God, I can't wait. I can't wait to download my apps again, you know, listen to some podcasts, some good podcasts. I listened to, of course, some wrestling podcasts like Chris Jericho's and, you know, Renee Paquette's podcast, but also listen to some good, like, kind of self-help, well, more, not even self-help, just kind of like, you know, positive mental attitude podcast. Definitely listen to a lot more audiobooks. This is when I realized that I didn't really miss Snapchat that much. So I actually have not downloaded Snapchat back again. I downloaded all my other apps back, but I decided to leave Snapchat out because I just don't use it as much. I just don't really care for it. By the way, I do have a skin condition. I do have eczema on my legs. I'm not going to show you because I don't want to get banned. But I will tell you that it did not bother me nearly as much as it once did. I think a lot of it came because, you know, social media can sometimes, you know, give you stress like in the back of your head. In the sense, like, you know, there's always that lingering feeling of, you know, of stress, like, oh, I gotta keep up with this person. I gotta post this online. I gotta look at this person's post. And, you know, kind of that FOMO a little bit. And that would kind of stress me out and it would make me scratch even more. But all week, I barely scratched my eczema, you know. I know if that's a little graphic for you, I'm sorry, but I'm just telling you what it is. I actually decided to create a weekly schedule on my calendar that I could follow. And I'm still following it to this day, and I got a good amount of stuff done. I'm gonna talk about that as we move on to Wednesday. So on Wednesday, I actually came to the realization that I apologize a lot. I apologize for things that I didn't even do, you know, or even for things that don't require an apology. I was actually talking to my counselor about this today, and we actually were discussing kind of the root of that issue and everything like that. I realized that I don't need to always say sorry for everything. You know, I used to, like, sometimes I realized that whenever if I even had like a suggestion or something, I would kind of follow it up with kind of, I would not necessarily saying I'm sorry, but kind of almost being apologetic for having an idea. Like, oh, you know, I have this idea. We don't have to do it. It's just something that I thought up in my mind, or, oh, it's just kind of stupid, but let me tell you anyway. Feelings like that, it just kind of came up to me, and I kind of realized why. And maybe I'll get into that maybe on my Mental Health Monday. Maybe I'll talk about it a little bit. And I did get my Google Calendar, and I followed it to the T, or as best as possible. So I had a couple of things, like I had to put job applications. I have some coursework that I'm doing because I'm trying to get certified. You know, I have obviously videos that I wanted to record, getting my exercise in. Also, you know, just carving out time to listen to some podcasts and listen to some audiobooks. I actually got to do that, and you know, in about 4 hours, since waking up, in about 4 hours, I got all my important tasks done, which was pretty awesome. And then I actually finished my workout before 7 p.m. And, you know, many times I used to begin my workouts at 7 o'clock when it would be like really dark. Because I've been doing the meditation, and also because of this, my mom also saw me. She said, you know, you look a lot more relaxed, you look a lot more calm, and I really felt calm, but I also at the same time felt a little bit uptight just because of the whole phone thing. And then I did itch my eczema a little bit, maybe because we had Taco Bell that day. And, you know, obviously, you know, the preservatives and stuff, maybe that's what it was. I'm just trying to, and I'm not saying it is what that is. I'm just saying maybe, okay? I still like Taco Bell, by the way, just FYI. I did miss Dynamite, though, on Wednesday, but, you know, I was able to fit it into my schedule the next day, which was on Thursday. So moving on to that, I definitely was trying to focus a little bit more on my course work. But while I was doing my coursework, you know, a lot of thoughts just came swimming into my head and you know, kept distracting me. I definitely was a little bit more irritable on Thursday. I definitely think I was getting a lot more withdrawals on Thursday for sure. I was looking forward to downloading my apps again, but here's the thing. I was able to be conscious of all those things. That's the whole thing, you know, we have all these thoughts, but we're not conscious about them, you know? And just like that previous one where I was like, oh my God, I want to download my apps again. I was very conscious about that thought, but the thing is, it was just a thought, and then I just kind of let it pass, and I was a little bit better the other day. I was able to absorb, you know, and I was listening to some of these podcasts. I think the one that I was listening to was a little bit more like, you know, kind of lifestyle kind of a podcast, and my listening was a lot better. And because I decided, you know, every time I read an audiobook, listen to an audiobook or listen to a podcast, I have another notebook where I write down notes. So I did that. So I definitely think my listening got a lot better since I did this detox. Then on Friday, I definitely was feeling very tired. I didn't even want to work out that day, but I did. Just felt like going on social media. Withdrawals came back again. And frankly, I started feeling very lonely on Friday. You know, like I felt like I had no one to talk to. But just that a sense of loneliness kind of overcame me. Maybe it's also, I guess, a withdrawal because you're like, oh, you know, I'm off social media. But the thing is, social media, you get like instant gratification, you get instant attention, you know, when you post something. I don't have that anymore. At least for this week, I don't have that. So it was very, very hard for me to remember that. I was like, oh shoot, I don't have anyone on social media. I did try reaching out to some friends and I didn't get any response. Obviously they were kind of busy. But the good thing is, you know, I didn't have the need to like get up every 5 minutes, you know, because that's one of the big things with me was staying focused has been the bane of my existence. And I think I'm slowly starting to conquer it a little bit better. Because of these apps that I deleted and everything and had this detox. Because I have been doing some volunteer work also for some time, and we do have like meetings every week. And now that, you know, obviously because of quarantine, we're all doing Zoom calls. The thing is, every 5 minutes I would be kind of like, you know, on my phone, on social media, or getting up to go to the bathroom, whatever. I actually did not need to get up to go to the bathroom. You know, that's crazy. And I had been drinking a lot of water, but I didn't really have to go to the bathroom. I didn't have to get up every 5 minutes to go pee. But on Saturday, my mind definitely felt a lot clearer. And, you know, it just felt good that I accomplished all my tasks. I actually went to Barnes & Noble and I actually started reading the Darth Vader comic that Marvel put out. So that was pretty cool. I read the whole of issue 1. They didn't have the other 4 issues because it's a 5-issue comic. They didn't have the other 4 issues. I just read the first one. I actually even talked to a couple of people there at Barnes & Noble, and I did it without an agenda. I've seen myself talk to people to try to, you know, connect with them a little bit better and, you know, be like, oh yeah, we need to trade numbers. Whether it was a guy or a girl, like, you know, a guy, I'd be like, oh yeah, I need to get his number so maybe we can hang out. Or if it's a girl, oh shoot, I need to get her number so I can ask her out on a date. Nothing. I just felt like talking. I just saw a gentleman there. He was looking at some Star Wars stuff. I had the Darth Vader comic. We started talking about the Book of Boba Fett, which I'm watching right now. And we just had a decent conversation, and that was that. And I felt very content. I was like, okay, I at least reached out to someone. You know, I talked to somebody. So I didn't feel that lonely. Finally on Sunday, you know, I definitely got more conscious when I got distracted. I realized the whole week I tried to fill this social media void with food.
You know, I have a big sweet tooth and I love sweets. I don't know if you can tell, but I think on my face you can see I have gained a little bit of weight. I know that, but we're working on it. I'll put it up here. My screen time went down by 49% this week. That is probably the lowest it has ever been. I discovered that I can be focused and engaged for long periods of time as long as I have a schedule. So overall, this last week was very, very enlightening and very eye-opening to me. I think that without the distraction of social media, I am able to definitely focus more. I actually also, when I downloaded my apps back, it did ask me, would you like to allow notifications for Facebook, allow for Instagram, Twitter, whatever. And I actually have not enabled notifications for any of my apps, because I don't want to, you know, keep getting pinged every 5 minutes and then, you know, I get distracted and start looking at my phone. This is just until I can, you know, control myself a little bit more. Eventually I want to get to the point where I do get these notifications, but I'm not immediately, oh, I gotta check the notification, right? So I'm just trying to train myself to not have like this immediate jerk reaction to the phone. That's kind of been my challenge all this time. And I really hope, I'm really hoping that this social media detox every month will be a lot more helpful. I think, but this was definitely a very good experience. It was definitely a little hard because, like I said, this is the first time I've done it. I have never had to do it before and I wanted to try it, but it was hard. But I feel like it definitely helped out. Even today, yeah, I did check social media every so often, but you know, I wasn't on it for long periods of time. So that's definitely a good thing. I feel like it's definitely been progress. I'm looking forward to next month, February, when I do this again, and you know, maybe I'll find something different this time. So thank you all for watching this. With that, I love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you for being so patient with me. 2022, I definitely do plan to have more content out for you guys. But I guess, like I said, just be patient with me. But until then, thank you for watching. Thank you for your continued support. This is Sid signing off. You guys take care. Bye-bye.